Welcome to Stop Outdoors, everybody. Today I have an incredible review for you today. We'll be talking about the Kelty RedCloud 90, and we'll just discuss a little bit of why it's my most favorite pack in my bag collection. And there's some key details and specifications that you should really consider before buying or purchasing this wonderful backpack right here. Some things to consider before buying this wonderful backpack is that it's massive capacity at 90 liters. It also has two zipper pockets up here on the top main flap, one going across the top, one going across the back. When you open up the flap just a little bit, it'll expose a zipper right here. This zipper leads into the main compartment. It's a quick access panel, as they call it, so that way you can get into the center of your pack, because also in the center is some mesh pockets, which we'll get a close-up of the backpack a little bit later in this video so you can see what that looks like. But it allows you to get into the center and make that easy without having to unpack everything. Right below that quick access panel, you have this amazing large storage compartment, and in that large storage compartment you'll have organizational features like pens, small zipper pockets, so on and so forth. And on the outside of this, they used this daisy chain webbing all the way down the middle of the pack with a loop at the end, and with a cool feature of a carry/drag handle. Right below that, you'll have your sleeping bag compartment. It can also be used for clothes or any larger or heavier items in your backpack. On the sides, it comes with two symmetrical side pockets that could fit one of your larger, longer Nalgene's that are bigger than the 32 ounce. And it has two of those pockets that are zipper as well, along with two mesh elastic pockets on the side. And we'll flip it over real quickly, show you the back. On the back side of this pack, it comes with a hip belt that's static. It does not come off, as you can tell. It is extra padded right here, right above the tailbone, along the waist to help with long treks to keep that very comfortable with the weight. And on that said hip belt, you have two little pockets that are zippers and make it very convenient for snacks, maps, compasses, whatever you need. Moving up from the static hip belt, Kelty has also put the same amount of padding in the back, upper back, as well as into their shoulder pads. So it also makes it much more comfortable for, again, those longer treks to sustain some more miles and to go further. And not only that, they have an adjustable sternum strap that comes across, clips in, moves up and down, like you see on most packs. Allows you to adjust for pretty much any chest size. Move up a little bit more, you have some elastic. I have a little carabiner clip right here. So some elastic to help keep your hose from your hydration pouch, which I'll show you when we get into a little bit of the close-up. But there's a hole at the top that hose feeds out of and comes just straight on down, whether it's left or right, and you can clip it on your sternum strap however you feel. So undo the sternum strap so you can see a little bit more on the pack itself. So it has load lifter straps right here, has two of them on either side to help pick up that load, when you're adjusting real quick, to help with that weight distribution. It's got load lifter straps, and then also this really cool feature. It's hard to see in this lighting, but here there's a little bit of measuring going on and allows you to adjust this back plate to wherever your upper back is. So this pack is very customizable to I guess your size and however you need it and for whatever application you need it for. Not only does that have all those cool features, but as you can see right here, there's two little steel bars that go through. Those little steel bars offer more support when you're having those heavier loads. It also takes off a lot of that weight when you kind of come down off the mountain a little bit, and that jolting force on your back, it feels like you're about to snap, you know what I mean? So it takes a lot of that load off as well. And lastly, when I forgot to mention, not only does this top flap have two zipper pockets, but it also comes off and turns into a fanny pack, which I'll take it off and show you a little bit later. I'll show some pictures and maybe I'll add a video. Now we're gonna get a little up close and personal with this backpack, like I like to do with all my gear, to show off those key details. So the first thing that we're gonna take a look at and see is the top flap. On the top flap, we have the two zippers, one being on the top, which covers the entire top section. Then we have one on the back side right here that covers the bottom and the back side. Open the main flap here, we have a little cinch strap keeping the bag closed. Pop that open. It allows you to undo a large opening that also has a cinch strap as well right here, and keeps all your contents inside without having spilling it all out. Pushing all that back down, pushing that lid back down as well. We talked about a quick access panel. As you can see, this little flap right here, this is your quick access panel. When you undo both straps on both sides, the compression straps, it allows you to almost have a full panel access to your entire bag. And the contents inside are also held together by this mesh bag that has a zipper right here. You can zip all the way down. So you can either keep things separated in here and some things separated here on the outside as well. So it allows for like dual purpose in the main compartment of this backpack. As you can see right behind it right here, I'll lift it up. That is your hydration pouch. You can stick it in there and feed the hose from there through the top and out the back. As we come down, pull out the flap again, you have this whole other panel. This whole other panel has two pouches right here, fit whatever you want in its snacks, first aid kit, and it offers a whole deep storage pouch as well. Moving on from there, you can see this beautiful daisy chain webbing. It is very thick and very stiff. You are definitely not going to snap, break, or rip any of that webbing. I promise you that. Very, very sturdy. And it comes down to that little loop right here. Coming off to the sides, like I said, you have the symmetrical pockets that are on each end, and they're pretty long. Like I said, you could probably fit a little bit larger than a 32-ounce Nalgene. And then you have the symmetrical mesh pockets that are elastic. Come around the side and show you in here. Same thing here. And the same thing again with the large pocket. Finally, on the bottom, you have your sleeping bag compartment. And in that sleeping bag compartment, you can see this little divider or separator, and that allows you to keep things organized in your bag and to make sure you know where everything is at all times. And I almost forgot the fanny pack. This is the top flap that comes off, and it serves as a quick detach fanny pack. Now you're cool and styling while you're walking through the forest. Unfortunately though, it's also part of the cons list. Honestly, it's a cool feature, but it's a poorly executed feature. You have to literally undo the straps out of the little belts or clips, or you know, the little buckle things. You have to undo that, then you have to re-thread it back through to put it back on. So it takes a little bit of time to take this off and put it back on. If they would have did a quick detach feature, that would have been something cool, but unfortunately they did not, and this is what you ended up with. You know, I'll do a little spin for you here. But beautiful fanny pack. Now I've hiked 500 miles to the Appalachian Trail. 300 of those miles I've hiked was with this backpack specifically. This backpack is unbelievably durable. It will live up to everything it says that it can do. I personally love that it's super comfortable. I love that it's very durable. I like that it's also lightweight as well for a 90-liter backpack, because the capacity is massive. I mean, you can easily overpack and not even realize it, you know. But I like a lot of these features, especially the daisy chain feature. I think that's really cool to add. I also enjoyed the two side pockets, the separate sleeping bag compartment. I like the quick access panel in the front. They had a lot of cool features to this backpack that really makes it versatile for any application, whether it's winter, jungle, mountain, you name it. You know, I put it through the test, you know, with hiking 300 miles of the Appalachian Trail, and I've also camped with it, hiked with it, so I've used it for multiple applications, and every single time it has come out on top and has impressed me in every single way. Now, I do have some cons, not so many. The one being is the mesh pocket right here on the side. Over time, the mesh will rip if it brushes against like tree bark or gets stuck on small branches, thorns, things like that. It's gonna tear over time. The elastic will become less, I guess, less elasticy. I don't know how you explain that one. But less elasticy. The top like lifting strap, or like the top strap right here, feels pretty weak. I feel like the stitching may actually rip if you set it into a tree too hard or like dropped it. Now granted, I've done that several times with this pack and it hasn't, but it just feels super weak, and I wouldn't be shocked if somebody would have a pack where that would fail on them while they were trying to put it up into a tree. So I give this pack a 4.5 star rating. The reason I give it a 4.5 star rating is because there is quite a bit of like customizable ability, whatever, wow, mouthful, right? There's a lot going on with this pack. It is not necessarily the simplest, so it may throw some people for a loop. It's more on the end of like intermediate to, I guess, expert level of use, just because of all of those features. I got it when I was a kid, and honestly, I was so confused on how to use it until I got much older. So with that being a 4.5 star rating, recommended for anybody that's trying to get out there and go on a long adventurous trek or a long camp out. However you want to use this backpack for, it will handle whatever you want, I promise you. And it's worth every penny that you may spend on it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I really do appreciate you stopping by and spending some time with me learning about the Kelty RedCloud 90 and really listen to how I actually used this pack and really enjoyed it, and to just know that your money is going to be well spent if you buy this pack. So thanks for sharing your time with me, and please like, subscribe, share. A lot of it goes a long way. It doesn't do anything or harm you guys in any sort of way. It benefits me only as the creator. So please just throw in a like and have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you.